Free.
This one's for WWE champions. Pay to win like every day, yeah.
I don't play mobile games.
Funny how they still think I'm a broke man.
Then I'm broke.
Even though I be pulling Hogan's.
Free.
I spent like 40 grand on a couple thousand pictures of some sweaty men.
Basically, this person is asking about previously how have I registered for voting? And I was like, listen, here's the truth, okay? All this kind of stuff is public. The history of anyone's, what party they were a part of, where they registered as a Democrat or a Republican or a Green Party or a Libertarian or whatever. It's all public. But it's also not anything that anyone should give a fuck about. Like, seriously, like, it's no one's business how someone is registered one way or another. In the United States of America, you have the right to be in any party you want. You have a right to vote however you want. Or you have a right to abstain from voting. And that's all within your rights. That's the beauty of the American democratic system, is you can participate or choose not to participate however you want. That's true independence. You're not forced to do it one way or the other. And by the way, whatever your action is or inaction, you don't get judged for it. You don't say, oh, you're my enemy. It's been publicly exposed that you voted for this person, and I don't like that person, so now I hate your guts, and now we're going to go to war over it. No. That means if you act like that, you've undermined the democratic system that we have in this country. Seriously. So when we're watching a Kamala Harris campaign ad where she has Will Ferrell saying, we're going to hold you personally responsible, Gary, if you don't vote for Kamala Harris and Trump wins, that's literally undemocratic. The whole thing is. Okay? So, FYI, it's none of anyone's real concern or business who I ever voted for, how I was registered, none of it. Just because I have stalkerish losers on the internet, okay, who stalk my every move, who act a certain way, doesn't mean that you have a right to try to, like, pry into my past and shit like that. Have I previously been registered in political parties? Yes. Have I previously voted for things? Yes. Do I vote for things sometimes? Yes. Is it any of your business how I vote or why I vote? No. Now, I have a political show, and I very well may talk about those things on the political show in the future, but it has nothing to do with my podcast or my gaming content or anything. So I don't know why people would be bringing it up. It's none of anyone's business or concern. And again, it doesn't even prove anything. Like, oh, well, Phil isn't currently registered to vote, therefore he can't do a politics show. What the fuck are you talking about? Explain that. Really. Connect the dots here for me. So because I haven't voted recently on something here in Washington State, I have no right to ever speak on anything political? Are you slow? Is there anything in there? Hello? McFly? Hello? What are you talking about? What you're saying makes no sense at all. There's no look, literally, there's no logical connection. That's what morons do. They'll just bring a reference up and be like, okay, so that's why. Wait, logically connect the dots and explain. Right? I've already explained this when I was over on the Kino Casino show. What really sucks for me is I live in Washington State. Washington State, for those who don't know, Washington State in the United States is one of the top 3 most liberal, left-leaning states in the country. What that means is any single time that there's anything up for a vote or for issue, it always goes blue. It doesn't matter how many people try to rally or vote in any way, it always goes blue, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is a blue state, and it probably will be forever. Maybe in time, if things change enough, then it could turn back a different way. Right now, it's all blue. So literally, there's no reason for me to vote on an issue because it always goes the same way. Like, there was just a governor race. Of course, it went right to the Democratic side. There was no way that a guy who on the other side had any chance to be voted in. We all knew it was going to be the next Democrat was going to be the next governor of the state. It's like that. Okay? Sometimes it hasn't been like that. When I lived in Connecticut, it wasn't always like that. Okay? Then it did. Then it turned that way. It went liberal, actually. When I moved out of there, it went super liberal, too. So, maybe, if I lived in one of these states, these swing states, where it's always kind of back and forth, my vote would actually kind of matter. But sadly, where I live, my vote literally doesn't matter. If I vote blue, I'm just voting another drop in a giant bucket that's already full. If I vote red, it doesn't matter because the blue always wins by a landslide. So it doesn't matter how I vote. Get it? But dumb people would say something incredibly stupid. Like, well, if you never vote, you have no right to talk on politics. Wrong. Maybe the reason I don't vote is because my vote doesn't count. Because our political system's fucking busted, right? Right now we have a system where if I vote for president, it doesn't matter. It's overridden by the whole state. Why? Maybe it should be a popular vote presidential election. You ever think of that? Maybe that's something to talk about on a politics show. Maybe the actual common person in America should have their vote counted instead of just thrown away just because of where you live. But what can you do? You know what I'm saying? So I've had enough of people who want to just make shit up and they can get fucked. No, really, they can really get fucked. Like this fucker right here, you get fucked. Who else would like to fuck? Who else wants to get fucked, right? Here's one. Okay, you get fucked. Enjoy. Joel Loft says, sadly not up for fucking right now. All right, good. That's good, though. You don't want to get fucked. That's the whole point. You want to stay away from it. But, you know, you're going to be an idiot and you're going to make up fallacy arguments and illogical arguments, then I'm going to fuck you. I'm going to throw you right off the stream. Fucking people are so dumb. Elixification says, on the flip side of that, someone that votes will know all about politics. I know 20 people that vote. They don't even know what they're voting for. Yeah, exactly. It's a fallacy argument because what it is my detractors at every turn want to say that anything that I do is invalid. Despite the fact that I had 1,000 viewers on my live stream, 2,500 total live viewers during the show pulled in great numbers. People overall were shocked at the quality of the show and actually really liked it, right? They can't admit that. They have to spin it in any way to make sure that, oh, the show was bad. So why was it bad? Oh, because Phil doesn't vote. What does that mean? Nothing. Literally, it means nothing. It's not that I don't vote because I'm lazy. It's not that I don't vote because I hate the political system and I want to leave the country and annex from the country. No, I don't vote because my vote doesn't matter. If I register right now and vote, it doesn't matter either way. I'm going to state that it's insignificant. And I think that's a problem with our system. That it should make it so your vote does fucking count for something. And it doesn't right now where I live. That sucks. I do. In the political system right now, I feel insignificant. Like no matter what I say or do in an election, it doesn't matter. Now that I have a politics show and I actually can speak my mind about political topics, that might change, right? Now I actually may have the ability to talk intelligently about politics to an audience that's willing to listen. And I may actually have some people along for the ride and I might have an impact. My vote had no impact because of the way our system is set up. It's a waste of time.
You got some idiot named DSP who's a total piece of shit, by the way. I like to get that on YouTube.